A sunny morning in Sarajevo. Crowds line the streets. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, rides in an open-top car. He doesn't know he has less than an hour to live. A teenage assassin waits in the crowd. A wrong turn, a stalled car, 2 gunshots. And in that moment, the world begins to burn. Within weeks, Europe will be at war. Within years, 16 million people will be dead. But here's the question. Did World War I really start because of 2 bullets? Or was Europe already walking toward disaster? In 1914, Europe looked peaceful. It was rich, industrial, powerful. But underneath the surface, it was boiling. 4 massive empires dominated the continent: the British Empire, the German Empire, the Russian Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and they didn't trust each other. Germany was new, powerful, and ambitious. Britain ruled the seas. France wanted revenge for a humiliating defeat in 1871. Russia wanted influence in Eastern Europe. Every nation was building armies, building navies, preparing for a war nobody officially wanted. This was the age of militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. The ingredients were ready. They just needed a spark. The Balkans, southeastern Europe, a region full of ethnic tension. Serbs, Croats, Bosnians, Bulgarians, all wanting independence, all angry at the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Serbia dreamed of creating a massive Slavic nation. Austria feared losing control of its territories. Russia supported Serbia. Germany supported Austria. This wasn't just local tension. This was a global fuse, and someone was about to light it.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand travels to Sarajevo. It's already a dangerous decision. Serbian nationalist group, the Black Hand, they plan to kill him. 6 assassins take positions. First attempt fails. A bomb explodes behind the Archduke's car. He survives. Instead of leaving, he continues the visit. Later that morning, his driver makes a wrong turn. The car stalls right in front of a cafe. Standing there by coincidence, Gavrilo Princip, 19 years old, hungry, angry, carrying a pistol. He steps forward. 2 shots. One hits the Archduke, one hits his wife, Sophie. Both die within minutes. Princip believed he was fighting for freedom. He had no idea he just triggered a world war.
Austria-Hungary is furious, but instead of immediately attacking Serbia, they hesitate. They ask Germany for support. Germany gives them something dangerous, a blank check, meaning, whatever you decide to do, we support you. Austria sends Serbia an ultimatum, 10 harsh demands, designed to be rejected, but Serbia accepts almost all of them. Still not enough. July 28, 1914, Austria declares war on Serbia, and now the alliances begin activating like dominoes.
Russia mobilizes to defend Serbia. Germany sees this as a threat. Germany declares war on Russia. France is allied with Russia. Germany declares war on France. Germany now faces war on 2 fronts, so they activate a secret strategy, the Schlieffen plan. Invade France quickly through Belgium, defeat France in weeks, then turn east to fight Russia. But there's a problem. Belgium is neutral, and Britain promised to protect Belgian neutrality. When German troops march into Belgium, Britain declares war on Germany. Within days, almost all of Europe is at war, not because they planned it, but because they were tied together in defensive promises. Germany believed war was inevitable, so they chose speed. They believed Russia would take weeks to mobilize. They believed France would fall quickly. They were wrong. Belgium resisted harder than expected. Britain sent troops. France fought fiercely at the Battle of the Marne. Germany's quick victory plan failed. The war that was supposed to last months turned into years of trench warfare. Mud, gas, machine guns, millions dead for a few meters of land.
No one truly expected a world war. Leaders thought it would be short. Many believed mobilization didn't automatically mean war. But mobilization plans were rigid. Once started, they couldn't stop. Trains moved millions of soldiers. Timetables ruled decisions. Generals pressured politicians. Diplomacy moved too slowly. Fear moved faster. One decision triggered another, like falling dominoes. And by August 1914, Europe was burning. Historians still debate this. If Austria had accepted Serbia's response, if Germany had not given the blank check, if Russia had delayed mobilization, if the Archduke's driver hadn't made a wrong turn, would 16 million lives have been saved? Or was war inevitable? Some argue Europe wanted war. Others argue it was a tragic accident of alliances and fear. The truth is uncomfortable. No one wanted a world war, but no one wanted to look weak either. And pride can be deadlier than bullets.
Crowds cheered when war was declared. Young men volunteered. They thought it would be glorious. By Christmas, they said, we'll be home. Instead, they found trenches, barbed wire, poison gas, industrialized slaughter. Entire generations were lost. Empires collapsed. German Empire, Austro-Hungarian Empire, Ottoman Empire, Russian Empire. The war reshaped borders, created unstable peace, and planted the seeds of World War II. All because of a chain reaction that began with 2 gunshots. World War I changed warfare forever. Machine guns, tanks, chemical weapons, submarines, airplanes. It destroyed monarchies, created revolutions, led to the rise of Hitler, created new nations, and left Europe traumatized. It wasn't just a war, it was the end of an era, the end of old Europe.
World War I didn't begin in one moment. It began with decades of tension, alliances built on fear, nations obsessed with power, leaders afraid to back down. And then, a wrong turn, a teenage assassin, 2 bullets. History doesn't always explode. Sometimes it drifts toward disaster until someone pulls the trigger.